Hi, this is Meghla, and today I'm going to start with the second class of Unit 1 for the third year. And this first class was about the numbers, percentage, and numbers, percentage, and profit and loss. And the second one is now going to be ratios, mixture solutions, and averages and ages. So here, with this, we'll be completing the Unit 1. So the first problem is about the ratios. So just read the problem. 432 rupees is divided among the three workers ABC such that A times A's share is equal to 12 times B share, that is equal to 6 times C share. So what you have to do here is first you consider these three persons ABC, that is what is given in the problem. Let the shares of A, B, C be small letters, I'm just checking it. And what is given here is the total amount with the three of them is nothing but 432. So the ratios are not given. If the ratios are given directly, we can just go for the calculation of this individual shares. But instead of giving the ratio, they're just comparing the shares. So what is the comparison given is 8 times of A share is equal to 12 times of B share. That is equal to 6 times of C's. Okay. So this is what is given. So from this, you have to find out the ratios. So how to find the ratios from this? So what I can do here is you just consider the values here. All these are equal. So I'm just going to equate this to another value that is nothing but the LCM of the given constants, whatever is here. 8, 12, and 6. So what is LCM of 8, 12, and 6? That's nothing but 24. So just equate this to 24 and individually find out the values now. Now you know that 8A equal to 24, therefore A is equal to 3. 8 into 3 gives you 24. Similarly, 12B equal to 24, therefore B is equal to 2. 6C is equal to 24, therefore C equals 4. So these are the values you have, 3, 2, and 4. And now the ratios of A is to B is to C we have found out. That is nothing but 3 is to 2 is to 4. So once you have the ratios, how to find the values? So this ratio box method, which I generally use, is nothing but just take this 3 is to 2 is to 4. Add the three ratios and write it here. 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9. And the total quantity, whichever quantity is given, in case if they're given the C quantity, you have to write it here. But now the total quantity is given as 432. So I'm going to write this 432 here. By writing this 9, which is a ratio, is going to become a quantity as 432 only when you multiply into some multiple. So what is that multiple? So you just have to find out that 432 divide by 9 and see what exactly you're getting it. So this is like 4 times 36. The remaining is 7, 2, that is 8. So therefore the multiple is nothing but 48. So that 48 is the multiple for all the numbers. Okay. So now you can find the value. So 3 into 48 is 144. 2 into 48 is 96. 4 into 48 is 192. That is nothing but double of 96. So we found the values. It's quite easy, right? So the value here is like how much did A get? A's value we have found out here is 144. So the answer is 144. Now let's move to the next question. The monthly income of A and B are in the ratio 4:5. Their expenses are in the ratio 5:6. If A saves rupees 25 per month and B saves rupees 50 per month, what are their respective incomes? So here, the income, generally this is a standard problem where you have some income, expenses given, and the savings given. So normally what we do is income minus expense gives you savings. That's understood. Okay. So now you're going to write for these two values given here. So A and B are the two people, and what is given here is the income part. I'll just write as I. The income of A and B ratio is given as 4:5. And now next is expenses. So expenses, I'm going to write this ratios as 5:6. And now the savings. The savings here is given as 25. This is not the ratio. This is the value given here. These two are the ratios. This is the value. So the very first thing is when you have ratios as well as the values, you know that you cannot combine these two to solve the problem. So either everything should be in the form of a ratio. Even if it is in the form of a ratio, you have to convert that in the form of a values. So as usual, any ratio given, converting this into values is nothing but multiplying this into x. This is another ratio, not the same one. So you can't have the same variable. You have to have a different variable. And now you know that income minus expenses is going to give you the savings. So you can just write this. What is income here? In the case of A, when you consider the income is 4x, expense is given as 5y, and the savings is given as 25. In the case of B, the incomes is 5x and expense is 6y and the saving is 50. So you have two equations, two variables, so it's easy to solve. So just solve this. So what you can solve here is eliminate one of them. I think we can eliminate y here. So to eliminate y here, multiply this first equation into the constant term here, that is 6, and multiply the second equation into the constant term 5. 5. That is, you just can multiply this equation into 6 and this one as 5. And write down the values. This one, the first one, A equation becomes 24x minus 30y equals 150. And the B equation, it will be 5 into 5, 25x minus 30y equals 250. So when you subtract this minus this, I'm going to subtract because here it is larger, the upper one is smaller. So when I subtract this, you know that this 25x minus 24x is x. This will get cancelled, and this is 250 minus 150 is 100. So therefore, x is equal to 100. And now you have to find the income alone. So we don't have to find the y value. In case if it is asked, you can substitute this x value in any one of this equation and find the y value. But here they're not asking for that. You just have to find out the income. So income, if you consider A's income is nothing but 400 because 4x, x is 100, and B's income is 500. That's the answer. So you can go for this answer.